Hi, folks. You're welcome to Forex Concepts. In this episode, which is episode 7 and the final episode for the intermediate classes and lessons, we will be discussing about how to choose the best currency pair for your transaction. Okay, just as important as it is, for you to choose the best lot size for your account size and then for your transactions, choosing the kind of movements, that you will be making for your own transactions, and then choosing the amount you can be able to risk, and then all the plans that you have, your trading plans. It is also an important thing for you to be able to know which currency pair that you will need to be trading. Okay, and that is what I will be showing you on this video today. I want to assure you one thing. On this channel, the best we are trying to do is to ensure that we break down Forex knowledge to a smallest level, such that even a person that is just learning Forex for the first time will be able to understand Forex and then become a profitable trader. Okay. One of my goals is to ensure that I build up, the next Forex millionaires using the best strategies that they can be able to do. Someone may say, Forex is more or less like something that is very difficult to predict, but I tell you, you will only believe that if you don't have the right knowledge. Okay, so now, if you have not watched the beginners classes, please go back to the beginners classes and then watch it. And then also the intermediate classes, we have episode 1 up to 6 that we have recorded. If you have not watched them, believe you me, if you watch them, you will never remain the same when it comes to understanding Forex. Because one of the things I observed is that all the Forex tutors, or if not all, at least most of them, they try to just pick randomly and then explain some things, but then they reserve the most important procedures and steps that is well arranged for their paid classes. So they only reveal to those that pay them the right things that they will need to do. But what we do on this channel, it doesn't matter whether you are a paid student or not. We don't even have anything like a paid student. We just want you to get the right knowledge, and we have arranged it in such a way that you learn the first thing first, and then the next thing next, and then the next thing next, and then that is how we have arranged it. Okay, so now, choosing the best currency pair. What are the things that you will need to do if you want to choose the best currency pairs? Because I don't want to just give you the answer and then say, okay, you should be trading this one. No, I need to have you to get the understanding behind, you know, you choosing the best currency pair, so that even if you want to change the currency pair that you are using in the future time, you can be able to make use of this knowledge in order to change that currency pair for yourself. Okay, so now these are the content of this discussion today. Okay, so we are going to be looking at the three different factors that you will be looking at if you want to choose the best currency pair for yourself. Now, one of the first factor you'll be looking at is your account size. Okay, if you're having an account size of, let's say, $100 and below, then there are some currency pairs that is considered safe for you to be able to trade them. Why are they safe? Now, if you look at it, I pictured out USD CHF, USD CAD, Euro USD. There's a reason behind that. Now let us go to this currency pairs and then see for ourselves. Okay, let's say USD CHF, for instance. Okay, if you look at it, over time, the price movement is not that much. There is not much liquidity in these transactions. Okay, if you look at it now, let us take a look at the prices. Okay, now from this point to this point, which is a structural point that you can be able to use to place your stop loss, is just 16 pips. Now you can see that 16 pips for someone that is using a micro lot, or mini lot, I mean, is going to be something like uh $16, and for somebody that is using a micro lot is going to be $1.6. So you can see how negligible that is. Okay, so now, even up to this point, that is someone that is entering at this point is still 30 pips, 30 pips, 35 pips. That's the price difference. So now, if you look at it, the price movements between your structural points at the anticipated place where you're going to be putting your stop loss in order to avoid excessive loss in the market is not that significant. Okay, so now imagine from this point, let's say you picked an entry at this point and then you want to put your stop loss around this point. If you measure this very point, then you are not going to have much. Now this is just about 20 pips. Okay, so now 20 pips is very bearable for you if you are having an account size of less than $100, let's say. Okay, and then you want to be picking trades. Okay, so you can be able to be putting your stop loss at this particular currency pair. Why? Because the price movements are, relatively lower compared to other currency pairs. Okay, the same thing is USDCAD. This is also another currency pair that you can be able to use in order to trade if your account size is very, very, very small. Okay. Now, another factor you need to be considering if you want to choose the best currency pair is when your account size is big. If your account size is big and can be able to absorb, a significant level of shock, then you can consider trading USD JPY, GBP USD, because these ones have significant price movements over time. Now look at it. At a given point in time, look at what the price did. If you measure this, now look at it, you will see something about 88 pips. Okay, looking at the percentage in the middle here. Okay, so that is what determines the amount of money you lose or gain. Okay, so now if you look at the structural points, even if you pick an entry around this point, for instance, you pick an entry around this point for your sell after making your analysis, and then you want to put your stop loss around this place. Now come and look at the price difference. It's something around, let's take a look at it, guys. Something around 40 something pips. That is 30 something to 40 pips. Okay, now this is just, a movement that is, seem to be a very small movement, but then it's having a very wide price gap. Okay, now that is that. And if you look at USD JPY also, it is also having that same quality. Okay, now look at it. Let's say you have your entry here, and then you want to pick your stop loss, let's say from the previous point. Let's say you have your own entry around this point. Let's say you want to put your stop loss around this point, then what you will see there will shock you. Okay, now look at it. This is about 79 pips. Okay, 77, 78, 79, around thereabout. Okay, so that is to tell you that if you're having a big account size, then will you be able to use this currency pair comfortably. But if your account size is not that big, okay, then you may want to consider trading other currency pairs aside this USD JPY. Now, there is a very significant price movement in this, and such that if it is going against you, then it goes by far, and then it will be very difficult for you to choose the best structural points, because if you decide to choose the best structural point, then it's going to be a disaster for you. Now, I have made a video on how to choose the best point where you can be able to put your stop loss and take profit while making trades. I will advise or recommend you go back to this video. I think that should be episode 6, if I'm not mistaken. So you go back there and then watch it. And then if you're able to learn that, then you come back to this currency pairs, then you will know what I'm talking about. Because if you're able to choose the point you want to be putting your stop loss, believe you me, if the market goes against you, you're going to get a very big hit if your account size is not big. But if your account size is big, of course, you can be able to go for them. Now, another factor you'll be looking at if you want to choose the best currency pair is liquidity. Now, this applies to someone that has a big account size also. Okay, if you're having a big account size, then you will want a currency pair that is having a significant price movement. If it moves very long and very, very significant, then you will want to be trading that, because your account size can be able to absorb any form of shock that will come in there, such that even if the market goes against you, then it is not going to take, a significant percentage of your money. Looking at the fact that even a small percentage of the money will not be a small money. Okay, now that is that. Okay, so but if you choose some currency pairs, like let's say this USDCAD is the worst currency pair that you want to be trading if you want a serious liquidity in the market. I hope you know liquidity means a price movement. Okay, the higher the price movement and changes, the more it is said to be liquid. Okay, and the lower the price movement, the less liquid it is. What we mean by price changes is that, now look at this, the price in the market moves from this point, comes to this point, so it's just circulating between this very point. Now look at it, it's more or less like a ranging market. There's no any significant trend. Now look at it, the market doesn't make any significant move over a given period of time. Imagine this is okay, this is from this point to this point. Now all this movement is just 36 pips. Okay, 34, 36 pips. Now if you look at it from this point down to this point, let us try to take a look at it so we can be able to look at it. Now after like how many days? After like 4 days, okay, about 4 days, 3 hours, all these movements is just moving in less than 40 pips. So if you want to be picking this trade and then you have a big account size and then you are looking for making a lot of profit, then forget about this particular currency pair, because the price movement will not give you any profit to a significant level. Okay, So that's that. But if you have, if you are looking for liquidity, the best ones to choose is the currency pairs I just explained to you. Okay, that is what will give you the best liquidity in the market. Now, if you are looking for predictability, I hope you understand what I mean by this liquidity. Okay, just check the price movements, you will be able to know that. Go to this point. Okay, if you want to check the price movement here, let me show you. Okay, so that I don't rush you guys. Okay, in as much as I want to make the videos as short as possible, but it's also important for you guys to understand. Now look at this. Within just a period of what, within just a period of 4 days, look at the number of pips, about 183 pips, while USDCAD is just recording about less than 40 pips. Now imagine. Now let us take a look at this one again. Okay, look at it. All the time you'll see significant price movements in this chart. This is USD JPY. Now look at it. This one is about 225 pips. So if you want a very liquid market that will give you profits, then you consider going for this particular currency pairs. I hope now you understand why I am saying we are making our lessons to be as simple as possible so that you will be able to understand them. Now, the next factor you'll be looking at is predictability. Now, how predictable these markets are? How are they predictable? Okay, and then what are the variables you are looking at when you want to make your own analysis? Are you looking at a downtrend or are you looking at an uptrend? Okay, these are the things that you will need to also look at if you want to choose a currency pair. You don't want to be choosing a currency pair that after making your analysis all the time and then you discover that the price moves in an unpredictable manner. Let's say you are able to use all the analysis methods, make your checks, make your tests, and then at the end of the day you pick a trade and then you discover that the trade is going against you. You make another analysis and then you discover that the trade is going against your transaction. You want to be avoiding such kind of transactions. Okay, but rather what you will be looking at, what you will need to be looking out for is a particular currency pair that follows a particular patterns of charts. Okay, if it used to form a resistance, then let it be forming a resistance such a way that in the subsequent trades, then you transactions or price movements, then you can be able to see that in action. Okay, if it is ranging, then you should be able to predict that, okay, if it does this, if it does that, then it is going to be doing this next. Because why people make money in forex is because they are able to predict the prices. And believe you me, if you're not able to predict the price, then I think it's going to be a hell for you. Okay, because you are going to be losing money all the time. You're going to be losing money all the time. So if you want predictability, then you should be going for currency pairs that have USD as a combination. Any currency pair that is having USD, let's say GBP USD, Euro USD, USD JPY, USD CHF, USD CAD, all the USD currency, as in all the currency pairs that contains USD, then they are very predictable. Why? Because USD is one of the stable currency, one of the stable currency in the world, and then the level at which, or the pattern to which its price movements are very predictable, and then you can be able to make your own technical analysis and then predict, okay, this is the direction to which the price is going to move. Okay, but any other currency pair that is not having is not having USD as part of its combination, then you may want to make use of all the lessons I've been teaching you, starting from the beginners class down to this intermediate level. Then you can be able to apply that in any chart. You can even open, let's try USD CHF. I mean GBP CHF. GBP CHF. Let's see GBP CHF. CHF. Now let us look at this one. If you pick all those lessons that I have been teaching you in the previous classes, and then you try to apply that knowledge to the charts, and then you try to see if they are actually giving you the things I've explained, and then it is actually giving out the things you are looking for, then that is predictable. Okay, that particular chart has some significant level of predictability. That is the best way you can be able to find out by yourself as to whether a particular currency pair is predictable. But the best one I will recommend for you are the ones I explained to you. By and large, the recommended currency pairs for you, if you are just a beginner and then you don't have a large account size, but then you want to have some certain level of liquidity, then you should be considering Euro USD by and large. Okay, so that is my own recommendation for you. So, and then lastly, I will want to tell you that if you want to take your Forex knowledge to a mastery level, to an extent that you want to be able to make off money predictably from Forex, then I will advise you join the Telegram group, through the link I've posted in the description of this video. Because by so doing, you will have access to ask questions, and then you will get real-time answers from our instructors and tutors. Okay. So this will mark the end of the intermediate classes. That is episode 7, which is going to be the final. And then the next lesson that we'll be dropping will be the advanced classes. Okay, so get prepared, get ready, make up your mind, tell yourself that this is something that is not difficult for me. And then I want you to have it at the back of your mind that you will learn things that is, you have never seen anywhere. Okay, and also if you have not watched the beginners class and the intermediate classes complete, then I will advise you do that, because that will be the prerequisite for you to be able to understand to a very deeper level the advanced classes. And believe you me when I say you will learn a lot of things in these lessons that I am teaching you guys. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe to this channel when the next video comes up, so that you will get notified and then you will come and watch it. Okay, and if you're here to like it, please like this video. Thank you guys, and see you in another video. Bye.